Hi everyone, it's Miss Mold again. Here we are practicing our mental math and math message for lesson 6-13. And this lesson is all about extending our understanding of whole numbers using multiplication. So today you're going to practice multiplying whole numbers and fractions by whole numbers. So let's get started with our mental math and let's work on this first set. So they're asking you to add and subtract the fractions. Now you'll notice most of them have like denominators, and in the last section there's a mix between mixed numbers and fractions. Alright, so let's work on this first row here. 1/4 plus 2/4. So again, just a review, if the denominators are the same, all you're doing is adding or subtracting the numerators. So 1/4 plus 2/4 is 3/4. The denominator stays the same, and 1 plus 2 is 3. 5/8 plus 2/8. The denominator is the same. It's eighths, and 5 plus 2 is 7. 7/8. 7/10 minus 4/10. Now this 7 is the bigger number, so the denominator stays the same. It's going to be tenths, and 7 minus 4 is 3/10. 5/6 minus 1/6. Denominator stays the same as sixths, and 5 minus 1 is 4, and you get 4/6. Okay, next row. 2/3 plus 2/3 equals 4/3. Now you'll notice 4/3 is an improper fraction. So if I take out a whole, which is 3/3, if I take 3 from this 4, I'm left with 1. Remember when we practice decomposing fractions? That's why we practice this, so you guys can understand that 3/3 plus 1/3 equals 4/3. So you would get 1 and 1/3, because this third represents one whole. All right, 9/12 plus 1/12 equals 10/12. 8/4 minus 3/4 is 5/4. And again, that numerator is bigger than the denominator, so we can take out a whole from there. I know that 5/4 is 4/4 plus 1/4. So this represents a whole, so it equals 1 and 1/4. Sorry, this actually should say fourth, not fifth. All right, 1 whole minus 4/5. So I'm going to rewrite this 1 whole as a fraction. 5/5 minus 4/5 equals 1/5. All right, so here are more challenging problems in this row. So you can see here they're both mixed numbers in this example. 1 3/5 plus 2 1/5. So you can do this a couple different ways. You can turn these into mixed numbers, but here you don't really need to do that. You can add the whole numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3, and then add those numerators because the denominator is the same. It's going to be fifths, and 3 plus 1 is 4/5. So the answer is 3 4/5. All right, let's look at number 2 for this column. You'll notice the denominators are different. So we're going to have to change this 4/10 to hundredths. I have to think to myself, what can I multiply by 10 to give me 100? And I know that 10 times 10 is 100. So 10 times 10 gives me 100. Whatever I do to the numerator, I have to do to the denominator. So if I did 10 times 4, I would get 40, and 10 times 10 is hundreds, so 40 hundreds. 40 hundreds plus 3 hundreds is 43 hundreds. All right, these next two problems are subtraction. So you'll notice here we have a mixed number and a fraction. So 2 1/4 minus 2/4. Now I want you to notice something. You can't subtract these fractions because you can't subtract 1 from 2. this has to be the bigger number first in a subtraction problem. So what we have to do is decompose, break apart this mixed number. So I'm going to take out 1 whole from that 2. So I have 1 whole plus 4 fourths, right? Because if I added that together, I would get this 2 plus 1/4, which is the fraction that's left. And I would get 1 5/4. And that's what I would use instead of 2 1/4. I'm going to change it to 1 5/4 so I can subtract. So if I did 1 5/4 minus 2 fourths equals 1 3/4. And I apologize for you guys hearing Jones in the background barking. He wants me to play with him. All right, last one, 33 hundredths minus 3 hundredths. So the denominators are the same, so you just subtract across and you get 30 hundredths. Okay, let's look at our math message for today. So it says draw a picture and write an equation to represent the following number story. So they're asking us to do 2 different things. First, we're going to draw a picture, and then we're going to write an equation. You have to make sure that you're completing all steps of the problem. There are 3 vases. Each vase has 4 flowers in it. How many flowers are in all? So let's draw a picture. Now, Miss Mold will do her best she can with her drawings. So if I have 3 vases, here are my vases, and each vase has 4 flowers in it. I'm going to draw a tulip. So each vase has 4 flowers in it. 3, 4. Okay, so 3 vases, 4 flowers. How many flowers are there in all? If I counted all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 flowers in all. So I just did the drawing the picture portion. Now we have to write an equation that would go with this. So some of you might say, well, you could do 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals the 12 flowers. You also could make it a multiplication because you're showing 3 groups of 4. So you could do 3 times 4 equals 12 flowers. So we're going to keep practicing our multiplication strategies with whole numbers within word problems in the next video.